Hello, hello. Hey, guys, welcome back. All right, let's go ahead and jump on in. This is going to be a single storyline. And I really kind of want to dig into like what is going on in a single person's life. Is there love on the horizon? I really want to focus on love in this one. We have, because sometimes it is about love, sometimes it's not. But we have the Tower. So there's a big change, there's a big shakeup in our character's life. Something that I always love the Tower because it frees us from something that we weren't supposed to be stuck in anyway. We have the Eight of Pentacles. Our character was either trapped in a thought process for a while. They were working, and maybe not dating, not meeting anybody. And that's about to change. Something about their work routine is going to be shaken up. There could be like a breath of fresh air. There could be somebody, and okay, not everybody has to be working for money, but we all work to stay alive, right? Whether we're retired, whether we're, you know, still in the workforce, doesn't matter. We do stuff all the time, right? We all do, whether it's tending to our yard, volunteering somewhere. So when I say that someone's work is about to be disrupted, I'm talking about like the stuff that we do in life. And that could mean somebody new is showing up, or something is going to alter the routine that our character has had. Okay, I like this. I like this. We have got a very important Two of Pentacles. Now, this is not a Two of Cups, but I always want to read it that way because we can see that we have like two little peas in a pod. We have two people about to literally, possibly, practically collide and bump into each other. This could be a new person that our character has to start communicating with. Whereas for a very long time, this person buried themselves in work. I'm going to say she just because we had a feminine here. And our feminine could be an Aries, or she could be an earth sign. But I'm going to say she's kind of kept to herself for quite a while. She may have been working in an industry that kept her very isolated. She could be her own boss. She could be somebody who spends a lot of time hidden away, tucked away. Or, like I said before, whatever her days are filled with has just been kind of monotonous. And she's been doing this a long time because the little bushes have grown all the way around her. So I'm going to say it's been a long time since she met anybody. And I think she's either going to be suddenly encountering someone, coming face to face, nose to nose, bumping into somebody physically. Somebody new is coming in on the scene. Now we have the Fool in the reverse. She is, no matter how this suddenly impacts her, she's not going to want to take some crazy, leap and say, okay, this must be the most important person in my life. I should devote myself to it. She's not going to do something extreme like that. By the way, we have another Aries energy. But there's already a change in pace, right? A seed has been planted. This Three of Pentacles says she's going to see this person again. She's going to work with this person again. She's going to be around this person again. And we've got this Ten of Wands. This is the beginning of the end for her. And I'm saying the beginning of the end of this, the cloistering herself away, the tucking herself someplace quietly, that's coming to an end. I don't think that she's going to even want to stay tucked away. No, she's not ready to take some leap into this person's arms, no matter how much of an impact they make on her at first sight. But I do feel like this is a crazy, like, love at first sight. It's like, whoa, what just happened? I've been alone. I've been single. I've been fine that way. I've been actually contributing to it being that way. And now all of a sudden, there's this person in my life. Okay, that could be weird for her for sure. Ace of Swords. The thing is, this is the moment that changes things, and she knows it. I don't think she wants to stay hidden away. Tell me who this person is. Can we get a good look at them? Because, I mean, for it to be this momentous, this has got to be big. This has got to be an important person. There's something about them that's real different. Okay, they could be a King of Swords, a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. We just had a really great message, kind of a great thought-provoking message over on Tarot Dog, my other channel. I will try to link it at the end of this screen so that you can bounce over and watch that one if you want to. But it was, okay, sorry about the doggy bark. King of Swords, and then we followed it up with like a nervous energy here on her part with the Eight of Swords. It's like, oh my God, I feel so vulnerable. This could even be like she's saying, oh my God, I can't believe this. I just met somebody. They're looking into my soul. They seem very straightforward. And yikes. It could even be she's feeling like vulnerable, like I don't want this person to see me without my clothes on. I am not ready for a romance. I've been single for a long time. I've been, tucked away. I'm feeling kind of out of practice with the whole dating scene. Let me ask this, Feminine, have you even wanted romance in your life in a while? Yeah, she has Ace of Coins, but you know how romanticized this is? It almost feels like, sometimes we can get too caught up in our heads, or, we watch movies, we read books, and movies and books will always be highly entertaining, and therefore everything is larger than it is in real life, right? Everything is highly romanticized. And that can become like if she was using it as a supplement, you know, like maybe she's a voracious reader of romance books or something, that would supplement, the romance that she hasn't maybe come across in real life, but it also has made it to where it's like, oh yeah, I want a romance, but there's also like this almost sense of disbelief or suspended belief that she'll find it. So now that she's bumped into somebody for real, it's like, oh my God, this isn't just a book. This is like somebody in front of me, and this is like an electrical, bolt of lightning running through me. That song by Labyrinth, I'm in my feels, comes to mind. I got hit by a truck. That's the way the song starts. And he's just talking about like he's in his feels, and it's, the way you feel, just really like zapped by a lightning bolt sometimes when you are struck, and I'm going to say like thunderstruck by somebody that you didn't expect to meet, didn't expect to feel these feelings for. We have a Three of Swords, so we definitely have some kind of like awareness in her mind that it's like, oh my God, to meet somebody and be interested in them also immediately fills her with vulnerability and the feeling of, oh God, I don't want to get heartbroken. I mean, yes, I wanted to love again, but geez, I know all too well what it can feel like to get heartbroken. And I do think that this is a love at first sight. Can I ask, how does the King of Swords feel when he looks at her? Let's go this route. King of Swords, how do you feel when you look at her? Six of Wands, like $1,000,000. I don't know what this is, but somebody's got like paparazzi around them. Hang on. Is she somebody in her own right? Eight of Pentacles. God, he wants to like dedicate himself almost immediately. He feels a bond to her. And like, first off, he has a very loyal heart. Somebody could have a German Shepherd. He could have a couple of tattoos, maybe something, because he's somebody who really does like go the distance in life as a whole. He may tend to like really connect and choose certain things in life. And almost immediately he thinks, wow, she's incredible. That's somebody I would definitely want to, invest in, get to know. He already sees something long term with her. But let me go back to that Six of Wands only because of the photos, the paparazzi. We got Action of Pentacles there. I don't know that I think this is a chance meeting, because this almost makes me think he's known who she is and has wanted to meet her for a while. So, I said she maybe has worked and been kind of keeping to herself. You can work and keep to yourself and still be somebody that is highly visible. She maybe hasn't dated in a long time, but on the other hand, we may have her as someone, either it's somebody that he's been looking for a long time, but it feels like he's seen her photo like a lot of times. Is she like fairly famous, or is she somebody that, he knows through the grapevine or knows of her? Got an Action of Wands in the reverse. It's not somebody he's ever dated. It's not somebody he knows anyone who's dated her. So this is very, it's very different. The way, whatever his interaction is with her, embodiment of Wands. I do not feel as if I think he thinks she's pretty special, and that he maybe would have assumed that she would be with, like really a high class, really dedicated partner. If he bumps into her and discovers that she's single, it could blow his mind, because I feel like he thinks she's somebody who must be partnered up with somebody who's like in the big leagues, somebody who's a full blown, magical King of Wands, somebody who'd be really attractive, really charismatic. I think he can't quite believe that she's single. Why did he assume that about her? Why did he assume that she would already have been all booed up and not single? Death and rebirth and the Three of Swords. I don't know. It's maybe he's been kind of off scene for a long time himself. That King of Swords, if he's gone through a heartbreak, an ending in his own life, he might just have assumed that, everybody else's life must be more organized and, smoothed out than his is. But you notice now we realize that he shares something with her. He too has had a Three of Swords. He too has had a heartbreak before. It just feels like he assumes that anybody wonderful obviously must be in some other connection. I was just trying to establish, is he just wowed by her and it's like, man, somebody that amazing, she's got to already be married. You know, she may come across as somebody who like really is attractive, really just seems like, you know, like how could she still be on the market, But it's also because he's been kind of off scene for a while, healing from his own heartbreak. So he just assumes that everybody else's life has, gone on and been successful while he's been dealing with his own, nursing his own wounds. It's like he didn't consider that anybody else has, massive upheaval and, heartbreaks and stuff in their life that can just derail you and make it so that you don't have a partner for the very same reason, right? She knew a betrayal, so did he. He wouldn't picture anybody being dumb enough to betray her. But then again, who would be dumb enough to betray him? He's this amazing king of swords, and yet obviously that happened to him too. So we can see these two are going to have a lot more in common. I do feel like it's a love at first sight kind of thing. I feel like they're both absolutely like stunned and attracted to each other right out of the gate. What's she thinking of him at that first meeting, other than we saw her go, oh my God, and then get really kind of shy and nervous. Nine of Pentacles. I said, what's she thinking of him? And it's funny because she's first actually, I think, wondering what he's thinking of her. She's wondering how he sees her. Got an Eight of Pentacles in the reverse, Seven of Pentacles upright. And she's kind of hoping that she'll see him again, not knowing what his circumstances are, but obviously seeing him as somebody that, like right out of the gate, she knows this is somebody she'd want to talk to, somebody she'd want to get to know better. She doesn't have any obstacles necessarily about that other than her own vulnerability. So we can see she immediately internalizes how, she feels kind of vulnerable, and she feels like, I wonder if what he thinks of me. I really would like to talk to him. He seems really confident. He doesn't seem like somebody who's, if he wants to talk to me, I'm sure he will. So I guess if he wants to make a move in my direction, he will. She doesn't really imagine that he's that interested in her, though. Why do you not think that he's that interested in you? Ace of Wands. It's more that she's really attracted to him, and she can't quite believe that somebody, like, I kind of feel like this is so self-depreciating, but it's like she can't believe that somebody as attractive as him would be attracted to her, just like he can't believe that somebody as attractive as her would still be on the market. So these two are basically both like blown away, like by each other. This is kind of cute because I think that these are two people that both they're just each other's cup of tea. Actually, let's go to one last deck and say, universe, what do you want to say to these two as they kind of embark on this? We got the Strength card in the reverse. The universe is like, if these two can be gentle with each other and realize maybe they're both scared, that would go a long way, like being gentle with each other. Page of Pentacles. Go slow. Don't expect the other person to be more confident than you are. Don't expect the other person to be any more grounded than you are. Take it one little baby step at a time. Get to know each other. Give each other grace. If neither one knows quite exactly the best way to respond, think about each other's, conversations, get to know each other, ask intelligent questions. The dynamics of Five of Wands is like thinking long and hard about things. And Four of Wands, if these two can operate with grace with each other, the understanding that neither one of them is like so suave, and maybe they both have some, nervousness and everything, and they are gentle with each other, this could turn out really, really great as long as they get to know each other slowly, one step at a time, and they really take time to ask each other the right kinds of questions. They could be each other's Four of Wands. This looks like this could be the love of a lifetime for both of them. That's a lovely one. All right, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing. Bye.